Welcome to this week's episode of the Sculptor's Chair. And today we welcome Adam. Thank you, Adam, for being here.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
My good pleasure. And so I will ask you first can you introduce yourself? Like, how did you got here? What have you done before? Like, what did you study? Like a general...
General overview.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Adam. As was, honestly, I forgot your name now. Shit, Adrian introduced. I came to New Zealand almost a year ago. On a whim, actually, because I was a data analyst back in Singapore and honestly hated my job, hated my life. Made good money though, made really good money.
That's something already.
But I just thought there was going to be, or for me at least, more of a grand adventure in my life. Something else that I wanted to be proud of in 10 years' time. So I decided to take a leap to come to New Zealand on my own, be more independent. It's been great ever since. But yeah, I think I'll be staying for a while more with my new job. That's about it, really.
Okay, that's good. Thank you. And now I would like to ask you, if you were to choose like an image for like to represent your life, what would it be? Like if it would be a phrase, like a sentence, something that can resume your life, if you could say it so. If I can say
I'm
so.
not sure if you've seen this movie. It's called The Dead Poets Society. So it's like about a bunch of schoolboys and they have this really eccentric teacher. I think it was Robin Williams. So Robin Williams is trying to teach them to be more out of...
Yeah, I've seen.
Have you seen this one?
Yeah, I've seen this one.
Yeah, so I can't remember. There is actually an actual poem, but I can't remember the exact...
Yeah, the whole
the entire poem, but I'm paraphrasing to the best of my abilities, but it's more of... I'm the master of my fate, I'm the captain of my soul. Do you know this one?
Oh, yeah, I know this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I saw that when I was 14.
Yeah.
So I think it's stuck with me ever since. It's more of, you chart your own destiny, blah, blah. Because I think especially in Asian communities, like in Singapore rather, you are bounded by the fate of your own parents. Like they chart your life to do this and that. So ever since I was 14, I was more like, I think it's more important for me to know what I need to do and what I want to do for my own life. So
like actually choosing.
Yeah, actually having this like conscious thought of, okay, I'm doing this for myself, not because my parents said so or because I wanted to impress other people. So.
Okay. And so it's from the poem Invictus from William Ernest Henley.
Oh yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
And I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. And the thing, yeah. But in this movie, it's like the Carpe Diem movie. I think they said Carpe Diem also in...
Carpe Diem?
Carpe Diem.
Yeah.
I remember this from this movie.
I think it's... What? Seize the day, was it? If you translate it, was it? I don't know, I can't remember.
It's like Carpe Diem is like live the present moment. Something like this.
Yeah,
if I remember.
Seize the day, something like that.
Yeah. And same for I had the name of the movie in French. So when you said Dead Poets Society, I was like...
What's the name in French?
So in French it's Le Cercle des Poètes Disparus.
Disparity?
It translates like the circle of a lost poet.
Okay, poetic, very nice.
Yeah. So I was like...
It is that way as well, anyways.
Okay, thank you. And now I would like to ask you, do you think there is a moment in your life that changed everything? Like you said, you were hating your life as a data analyst in Singapore, and do you had something that made you snap and be like, okay, now I'm leaving? Or it just happened slowly and
I think
faded?
I've always known that I wanted to leave. The job was just for me, like more like how do I say this? I forgot the phrase, but it's just for saving up money. Like I always knew I was going to leave.
Yeah.
But if you talk about the turning point in my life of when I knew I wanted to like, nah, this is not for me. I think because in Singapore you go through this rigorous like education system ever since you're 12. So at 12 you're already pitted against so many people. And you know how in like New Zealand, Australia, I don't know how it's in France, but you know, if you're not so good in school, like, but if you're not really book smart, you're able to do trade work and still make a good living out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But in Singapore at like 12, if you're not up to standards like academically against your peers, like you'll know it because like you'll see your placement amongst like thousands of other students, and you're based on that. Your entire life trajectory is just based on this one singular exam that you do. So, like kids are very stressed out and all that. And if you're not smart, you're basically done. That's
Nothing,
it.
yeah.
You're nothing in society, you know? You're just at the bottom of the barrel. Thankfully enough, I was pretty smart, so I did everything else. But having to see all this in retrospect, because I do have like cousins and family who aren't that smart, to see them just be cast aside by society is a bit sad to see. So I think for me, my turning point was like when I was 14. Was it 15? No, 16. When I was 16, there was like another exam, like another major exam that I had to study for, and I was just telling myself, this is not what I want for my children growing up. Like, sure, I'm going to do my best now, but once I'm capable enough, saved up enough, I'm just going to move somewhere else that I think would best suit the way I see the world, you know, and a good way for my children to grow up if I do have them someday. So I've always known at that age I wanted to move somewhere, but I didn't know where. So I've travelled a lot lived in a lot of places, China, Vietnam, Scotland, all these other places. And I've loved every one of them. So I think New Zealand is just another one of those places I'm trying to explore. So we'll see if I want to stay here long term, you know. You never know what life has in store for you.
Yeah.
Anyways. Yeah.
But you're looking for a place to live and not to come back to Singapore.
Yeah, I mean, home is where the heart is. Home is where you make it anyways.
Yeah, agreed.
So I would say I carry home with me everywhere I go. Okay,
yeah.
Like try to make the best out of everything that is of that place anyways.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So it's not too bad. Never know, maybe next year I'll be somewhere else.
Yeah, who knows? But yeah, you don't like yearn this feeling of I want to go home because home is not where I am right now. Home is somewhere else.
Yeah. You know, like they say, like there's the saying, like, you know, people like to say, the grass is greener on the other side. But the grass is greener where you water it.
Yeah, I got you. Do you have a person that changed you in some way? Like, influenced you?
Changed me in what way are we talking about?
I feel like
it's a bit broad.
You were someone, and by being with this person, you learned a lot about yourself, and you evolved a way. You evolved a lot after or while.
I wouldn't say many people have changed me, maybe just experiences. But if I had to pick one person, there was this chef that used to work with us, I think everyone might know. His name was Emilio. It was this guy from Argentina. And we shared, I would say we have a similar personality. And we share a lot of like views on life. But he was more optimistic than I was. I mean, I'm still a bit more of a skeptic in life. But he taught me how to see the world the way he saw it. And every time I think about negative experiences or the way I talk to myself, because self-talk is pretty important, especially when you do a lot of solo traveling, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, he is a psychologist, so maybe he was manipulating me. You never know. But yeah, the way he saw the world was very beautiful, and like he could see the colors and everything. You know, when for me, like life's a bit dull sometimes. You know, so I would say that he had the most significant impact on me. Even though, like, I mean, you learn and change in every stage of your life as
Yeah,
you
of
grow
course.
older. But I would say at 26. I was not fortunate enough in 26 of years to have met someone like him, to have allowed me to change my mindset, like when I was much younger, because it's more like damaging for you, like to go through 26 years of life not having to know what he knows. I would say.
Yeah, like the earlier you learn it, the better.
Yeah, it's the better for you. It's like, you know, you're like you can shape your mind much better when you're younger, because like self-talk is a bit more detrimental as when you're growing up, rather than when you're already established. The way you see the world at 26, you know.
Yeah, sure. And you said like he could see the color even when you see stuff as dull. Even like he could like pick up and bring joy to every moment.
Yeah,
In that
it's always
way.
smiling, you know. Always happy to see the way the world. But I mean, everyone has their bad days,
Yeah, of course.
you know, of course. But for him, it seemed like there was never really a bad day when you're with him. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, agree. I think it makes life easier and maybe better to try to focus on what's good and try every time to remember what's good rather than just letting you remember what bad happened today.
Yeah.
Because I think, as you said, it's easier always to see the bad.
Of course.
I think it asks for less effort to the brain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like,
Yeah.
shit happens.
Yeah.
Do you have a decision you regret or country you are especially proud of?
My philosophy in life is to never regret anything that you do, because it's always going to be. If it's bad, it's bad. If it was good, that's great.
Yeah.
But even if it's bad, at least you did something. You know. But a decision I'm proud of. Yeah. I would say, like, I come from a very militaristic family, mostly imparted by my father. So affection and love weren't exactly in the equation. It's more of like, you're not good enough, you know, you need to do better, you know.
Yeah.
You need to strive for perfection.
Like the bar is
always high.
Yeah.
So even though to other people what you've done is like amazing, to like my father, it's like, yeah, you could always be one step ahead, you know. There's nothing was ever good enough. So I think the decision I would say that I'm proud of is more of, as an adult now, I have slowly tried to shift my family dynamics to one that's a bit more loving. I mean, you can always, it's like a vicious perpetual cycle. I can impart this in my children. You know, I just raise them the way my father raised me, because that's the way I knew how I was raised. But it all starts with one person trying to change, and then you can see like the ripples in your family. You know, so I think, but that was a big like issue. That was a big fight. But I'm still glad that I made that decision, because now I've seen how my family has changed, at least from the outside, because I'm not at home anymore.
Yeah.
But I've seen the way my father talks to my brothers and the way he expresses his, I guess, affection with us now, which is much better than how it was previously. Yeah.
I think that's nice. Like really one person can make a difference.
Yeah.
Like it just starts with someone saying, no, I don't want this anymore. And slowly, even though you're not here anymore, I think that's beautiful that you can see the effect you had on that. I think that's something you can be proud of, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it took a lot of courage to do that.
Yeah, of course.
'Cause you always can. I mean, keeping quiet is just as worse, you know? So taking that leap of faith, like, okay, maybe I'll try to change and see it work out is pretty good.
Yeah, sure. I think, yeah, like doing anything worthwhile, it needs courage.
Yeah, of course.
Because otherwise, I mean, if it were easy, like it would have been done already. So it
No,
wouldn't
of
really
course,
matter.
yeah, definitely, yeah.
Yeah. If you were in a movie, what kind of character would you be? Like, which
Okay.
archetype?
Okay. I've never thought about this.
Yeah.
Are we talking about any type of movie or just like in a general scope of movies? Like there's a certain trope of character.
You mean like, yeah,
Like,
there's
you
the funny
know,
guy.
when you talk about, yeah, you know, like the funny guy or like the guy that has a lot of tragedy in life.
You said any movie. What does that mean in any movie?
I mean, like, okay, for example, if you look at like romance, like rom-coms,
Yes.
there's only a certain like trope of character that
Yeah.
has been displayed on cinema.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you talk about, and then I can only say like, okay, this is what I want to be. But if you talk about a general like cinema, like have all the movies have been out ever since. There's like so many tropes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not limited to just one like genre of movie.
Yeah. No, you're not limited. You can choose anyone.
What about you? Can you say? Do you know yours?
I actually haven't even thought about mine.
Oh man, that's not fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, what would I be? Okay. This might be a bit cliched, but
okay,
like
let's go.
I've always been drawn towards strong and admirable characters. So if you talk about like some of my favorite films, like Lord of the Rings, so I've always like naturally been drawn to like I would say Aragorn. If you've seen him,
Yeah.
you know, strong, dependable, courageous, and like admirable. You know, I mean, he's a king at the end of the day, after all. But beyond that, his character is something that I envision myself to be. Like these are the hallmarks of what makes a good man.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, like a lot of qualities, like of
Yeah.
values.
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of Aragorn. Yeah, okay, I get it.
Mm.
Okay, if I were to think about mine right now on the spot,
Yeah. What?
I think it would be-
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille. No. No.
A meal, right? When he's tasting the cheese.
Yeah, and strawberry at the same time.
Yeah.
No, I think I would be kind of like at the beginning of the movie, the character is like full of power, but he's really falling into his flaws. Like it gets to his head, and he has too much, so he becomes like a fallen king. And he has to relearn everything. He has to restart from scratch.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the movie, he would lead a completely different life.
Yeah. Okay.
But with new values, and he will be someone way better for everyone, for himself and for other people.
Okay.
I think that's...
Have I seen a movie like that? It sounds so familiar to me.
Yeah, I think that's something recurrent. But I think those kind of movies really give me hope.
Yeah.
So that,
People can change.
yeah.
Do you play games?
Games? What kind of
Video
game?
games. Do you know this game called God of War?
Yes. I've never actually played it, but I do know God of War, yeah.
Yeah, so like I think what you're describing is something like that.
This is like... Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know
so
it was
for
about
all
this.
you watching, if you know. But like, so it follows like the first series of God of War games.
Yeah.
It follows this guy called Kratos, and
Yeah.
he's like a Spartan god. It's God of War, right?
Yeah.
And he's always like, the game is just centered around him being really angry and vengeful, and like, he's a really strong character, you know, like he fights through adversity and all of that. But in the later games, the recent edition of God of War and God of War Ragnarok. They talk about, so you see his, like if you've grown up with Kratos, you see how he's become from this super vengeful and like really powerful character into someone that's a bit more mellow and loving and like very patient character. You know,
He's a father in the last games.
yeah, he's a father. He's always been a father, but
Oh, okay.
he got his. He murdered his wife and child in the first few games,
Okay,
blah,
okay.
blah, blah. And then the later games, he has a son. And along the way, like as an adult now, because when I played the game when I was a kid, it was very like, oh, this is so cool, you know, his character's amazing,
yeah,
you know, so
badass.
strong, you know, it's badass. And as an adult, when you play the game now, he's still a badass. But he does it with more, like he's changed a lot. He's more patient. And he's like, actually, like, you can see him reflecting on how his actions before were like really bad, you know? Like they were like violent without thought, just selfish. But now he's being less patient father and all that stuff. So, yeah, this is also the kind of man that I kind of envision myself to be. Yeah.
So yeah, you recognize yourself in this character. Yeah, the slow evolution.
Yeah,
of something
yeah.
into something so new, you cannot even think it was related to the one to the past.
True. Now, maybe on that topic, I have a question for you.
Yeah, sure.
So it's more of, I think I was having a discussion with my friend the other day who was talking about like people cheating, right? And then the question he was asking me, like, do you believe, okay, I mean, everyone asks the question, but like to say like, but people can change, right? Because there's I'm a very judgmental person. So I would say sometimes, for me, it's more like, oh, a leopard would never like lose its spots or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Or,
Just to be sure, that means that someone can never really change?
yeah,
Okay.
they fall into bad habits, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Or like, oh, you know, like there's no point teaching this person because he will never change, or like he's never going to learn. But my friend was like, everybody learns at their own pace. Just because you know something now doesn't mean, and you're trying to teach it and he doesn't learn, doesn't mean he's never going to learn. It's just maybe he needs like an extra amount of time to reach this point. And it's like, oh shit, you know, you taught me this before, but you know, I was never really there. So it's about more of like where you are in your stage of life to accept certain teachings, you know? So when you say people can change, do people can truly change, or is just...
Okay. I really think people can really change, because I think no one is born the way they are today. So this means they changed already along the way. And so I'm really convinced that the transformation can still happen after the moment I meet them, you know? Because I'm sure there was someone else, like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, but I met them at one point. And I'm sure that when they will continue their path, they will change again. And if I meet them maybe 10 years later, they won't be the same anymore. But I think to people, if they want to change, like if they want to change their ways, you know, if someone thinks like, I don't feel great like how I'm living my life today, they need first to acknowledge the fact that they don't live the way they want to change. Because I think like life is a perpetual change, but if you don't want to transform yourself, you won't. You will evolve, you know, along the years. But if you are not actively looking to transform yourself, you maybe won't. But you can't go through life unchanged, I think.
Fair enough. So what do you think about yourself that you don't think you will change? What do you think is the character that is set in stone for you?
In myself?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, but I want my character, the one that set it in stone, I want it to be like the fact I'm kind. Kind and caring. Kind, caring, loving. That's what I don't want to change. That's what I want to preserve. And I think I'll try my best to preserve that, because I think there is nothing in the world that justify not being kind to other people.
Yeah.
Like, you're never too much in a rush not to be kind to someone. And I've seen many people take the excuses, no, I can't be nice because I'm too busy or something. What do you mean? It has nothing to do with that.
That's fair, especially in service industry, you know?
For example.
Yeah. Stuff that we do anyways.
Yeah. When you see the big boss entering and don't say hello to anyone. Like,
we all know who that is.
yeah. Like, yeah, I forgot it costed you money to say hello. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah. But I don't know, maybe I will change. Maybe I will become an asshole at one point.
Maybe.
Maybe everyone does, I don't know. I just hope not. What would be your definition of happiness if you had one? If you have one?
Ooh. That's pretty deep.
Mm-hmm.
It's very heavy. Definition of happiness. I think I've asked myself this many times. Like, what is happiness to me? Or like, how can I make myself happy? And I've never really had
An answer?
an answer for that. Because I think life is just good, even when it's bad. You know?
Yes, I think I got you.
I think, okay, well, I've almost died a few times in my life. So I think for me, the definition of happiness is just being able to wake up and know that you're still alive, because then you have so many things that you can do. Like being able to feel pain and all these like emotional things. It's a gift in itself.
Yeah.
You know? I
One
think
more day.
I drive happiness from being able to have that one more day in my life. Like, sure, today's a bad day, but at least I get tomorrow. You know?
Yeah.
I don't have like, shit, I'm dead tomorrow, man. Like, I need to make the most out of I don't think I'll be happy that way. Because I'm just speed running life.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm dying tomorrow. I'm like, shit, I'm not finding happiness in this. I'm just doing this because I'm going to die tomorrow.
Yeah, just like you're racing against the clock.
Yeah. So knowing that I am going to have a good life. You know, even with the bad days. I think that's what makes me happy.
Make it like a kind of a balance, you know, like by balancing out all of the bad days and all of the good days, and yet it will be more happy than...
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sure. But yeah, just having one more day. I think it's easy to oversee how beautiful it is to be able to have one more day.
Yeah. Because most of the times, most people are so caught up in like, okay, I need to do this and that. You know, just fighting against life. But, you know, life is short. There's so many things. Like, again, one more day. You might never know you're going to die today or later.
Yeah.
So, you know, you should be grateful for the time that you have.
Yes. Grateful. That's one.
Gratitude is what brings about happiness. For me, at least.
Yeah, absolutely agree. I think if you are not grateful for things, you cannot see the beauty in things because you take everything for granted.
Yeah.
So by being grateful, you're like, oh, the weather is nice today. Thank you.
Yeah, something small like that, you know, and that makes you happy.
Yeah. And even if the weather is bad, you're like, oh yeah, I like rain.
Yeah.
Like, rain is like, oh, I've seen something I really like. It's like, rain is like the ocean came all the way to give the world tiny kisses.
Okay. That's interesting.
It's
right.
really I like this one.
Yeah.
What's a dream you still carry inside that you haven't realized yet? Realized.
My big dream, I would say, is to be able to take care of everyone around me. I mean, I do that already in terms of like, you know, giving love and giving like food and all that, but more of a financial stability. Yeah, sure, you know, the world is, people can say like money doesn't buy happiness and shit, which I agree, but I think being able to take care of someone financially is amazing. Like, for example, you know, you have like, someone you know has like a ton of debt or like medical bills and they can't pay it off, and you can just be that person, like, you know what, here, man, this is the money you need. You don't have to worry about paying it back as long as you don't have this, because to worry about money is such a huge burden.
Yeah, it causes so much stress, I think.
Exactly, and some people don't really have this avenue to, like, I mean, you can borrow a loan from the bank, but you're just putting yourself in debt, you know. Or like basically, like, one of my grand ambitions to open up a charity for like underprivileged kids, or mostly just kids, because I think for me personally, if you're an adult, okay, sure, I can help you if you're really that, like if you're homeless or whatever. But if you have the means to, I think you should try and go to work. So that's why my target is for kids mostly, because some kids are just really unfortunate in life. Like when I was living in Vietnam, some kids are orphans, right? Their parents just leave them at the side of the street. I was talking to this one kid because we did run an orphanage in Ho Chi Minh, and the orphanage was beside a school, and I was an English teacher in that school. And I think there was this one kid, I remember, he was an orphan and he would like stay with the family. And he told me like, oh, I don't know my parents, because one day they just said they found me on the side of the street. And he's not only one person, there's so many I've seen like this. And some of them are absolutely brilliant kids who don't have the tools necessary for them to grow, just because they've been dealt a bad hand in life, you know?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So I think for me personally, like, I would love to be able to have a charity to, you know...
it's like helping the kids mold themselves.
Yeah.
Because when you're adult, you're like already...
Yeah, of course.
here.
Yeah.
But as a kid, if you don't have any guidelines or anyone to look up to, I think it's hard to...
Yeah, it's very difficult for them to
else.
do something about themselves. I mean, they don't have the ability to do anything. But I've seen how, I mean, they're pretty resourceful, you know.
I think, yeah, the less you have, the more resourceful you become.
Yeah. I mean, just strive for survival anyways.
Yeah.
But at least with me being wealthy, I'm able to like bridge that gap, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, wealth is great to have, nice cars, you know, big houses, but at the end of the day, if it's not meant to be used for other people than yourself, I think it feels a bit empty.
How do you say? Altruism?
Altruism, yes. An altruistic thing.
Thank you.
Big words.
Yeah. I have this question. It reminds me of... I think we were talking about this one time.
One Aerotown.
Yeah. And do you think we are shaped more by our choices or our circumstances? So for me, like, circumstances...
No, definitely choices. Because you may be put in that circumstance, but it's up to you how you make of it. You know, you might be, again, dealt with a really shitty hand in life, you know, being an orphan, blah, blah. But it's the way you see the world. It's your choice to see the world this way, I would say. I mean, I don't blame you if, like, you've grown up in a shitty family and you've become this really bad person. I really don't blame you, because your circumstances are really bad.
Yeah.
But I still do think at the end of the day, it's your choice of how you make of it.
Yeah. Because I think, like, of course, we can't deny that circumstances will have an effect on us.
Definitely. Yeah, your environment plays a huge role in your upbringing.
Yeah. But, like, for a certain amount of time, at one point, it is just not... it just doesn't make sense anymore to, you know, blame your circumstances for something that happened 20 years ago.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, sure, something bad happens 20 years ago, but you keep bringing that back to yourself.
It's tiring to always be angry with the world, you know?
Yeah, I think it is, yeah. I mean, I know it is, yeah, sure. What did surprise you the most when you advance in your career or life?
I mean, I've always wanted to be, like, one of my things that I still want to do is more of, like, for example, open up like a business or like a charity. I think at the end of the day, it's more of having people be proud of me for doing something that's amazing. So for example, like, you know me now, but maybe 10 years down the road, it's like, oh, I know this guy, I know, like, he was this, and this. To be able to leave a legacy that's good and kind. I forgot the question.
I was like, why is this related?
Yeah, I was relating it to something. I forgot the question.
I said, yeah, what did surprise you the most
Okay, yeah.
in
So
your life or career?
when I was doing my job as a data analyst, it was a big company. I was fresh out of uni. It was a big company, making good money, but I am just one out of 10,000 people. I am nothing.
Technically, yeah.
Technically, I am nothing. And I've seen how I had a boss. He was a very kind guy. He was very good to me. He was a good mentor. He's been there for like 25 years, and I saw how he just got laid off in a matter of seconds because he was made redundant. So I was like, oh, this is going to be me, you know. No matter how much hard work I put in for the company, it's just a number at the end of the day, how much money I can make for them. So that I was leading back to being able to, that's why I said, like, I would love people to remember me by being kind and generous, because I don't want just to be a number, you know.
Yeah, okay, you have to have an impact.
Yeah, I want to have an impact, a proper impact, not just a number in a company, you know. So
I think you foreshadowed my last question.
oh yeah,
That's
okay.
nice. That's a follow on. If you could write a letter to you in 10 years, to you in 10 years, what would you write in the letter?
Yeah, you know what's funny? I was actually like talking to myself about this last night before going to bed, because I was just worrying about so many things, you know. Like, okay, I mean, you know as much as I do, like after uni, like most people will say, okay, get a good job, get a good career, get a house, get a family.
Yeah.
You know, like after uni, life is kind of stable if you just stay in France and then get a job.
Yeah, if you
Life is
want it to be stable, yeah.
If you want it to be stable, financial stability is king, you know. But I think after some time, I just wanted to know what is out there that's more for me. So, like, you know, taking that leap of faith to start somewhere else and all that. It doesn't make sense to me now. I'm worrying sometimes, okay, I need to do this, I need to get more money. How do I establish myself in a new country? How do I go about doing things that are so foreign? And I have no, like, just no clue what I'm doing, you know? Like, if I'm back home, I'm just, okay, job, house, marriage, that's it. Life is simple. Life is so simple.
It can be really simple if you want.
You can, exactly.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm questioning myself, like, shit, do I really want, this is what I want?
Like,
I can just go back home now and I can make so much more money and just, like, be okay again, you know? But I think the letter I love to write to myself in 10 years, or rather, I'm going to do that later, is more like, man, just don't worry so much. You know, life is supposed to be like this, you know. I mean, you should be proud of yourself for taking this leap of faith already. Not many people have the courage to, like, leave everything behind and start afresh, you know. You know, don't worry so much, you know.
Yeah,
life will find a way. You'll always find a way.
Yeah.
But I'm also hoping that in 10 years, or at least in 5 years, I'm like, okay, you know what, I was right.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Like,
I just needed to be like, just needed to, like, relax. But it also does scare me, like, 5 years, I'm shit, man, I was wrong, man, I should have gone back home. You know? There's always that other side, you never know.
Yeah, of course.
But even if in 5 years I'm like, shit, man, at least I have this culmination of, like, experiences and, like, every like, people that I've met. So I'm not going to regret.
Yeah, no. I mean, you won't be the same.
Of course, yeah, in 5 years.
So if you come back even to the same place as before, since you're not the same, you won't see the same thing as before. You won't act the same and stuff. But you said, yeah, sometimes you wonder if it's worth it doing all that.
I mean, you never know unless you've already, like, been after 5 years.
Yeah, sure. And so, yeah, you think at one point you'll realize it was worth it?
I hope so.
You're just hoping.
I will.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping. It's good. You need to be positive about it. I mean, like somebody said, it's more like, you know, I've just planted a tree. I mean, I already have a tree at home. Like the analogy goes, I already have a tree at home. But I'm trying to plant a new tree. But I'm spending so much time worrying if it's going to be a tree or not. You know? So I've only planted a seed. So I need to wait for it to grow.
Yeah, sometimes it feels like I spend so much time worrying that I'm not sure if I even water it today. You know, it's more like I plan it and I'm like, oh no, we'll become a tree and then at the end of the day I'm like, oh, I think I forgot to water it.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I'm lost.
You're the host. How can the host be lost?
Yeah.
Don't subscribe to this guy.
This should be cut off. No, I'm beginner host. That's why. Oh, okay. This one is nice. If you had a question that I have to ask to the next guest, what would it be?
Oh, next question.
Yeah, for the next guest of the podcast, like pass on a question to someone else.
Do you know that question that Faku asked?
Yes.
Okay, not that question. I'm joking. So stupid. What's the next question I can ask?
What's a small action or habit that can change someone's life, in your opinion?
Making your bed in the morning.
Really? I don't make mine.
You don't?
No.
I think for us, especially when we go through the army, like you're taught like extreme discipline. And one of those things is actually making your bed in the morning. Mm-hmm. Because for me personally, once I make my bed in the morning, I feel more accomplished. I'm like, okay, I made my bed. What's the next productive thing I can do?
Yeah, at least my bed is done.
And at least my bed is done. But it's more of like this small acts of discipline that keeps you going for the next one. For me personally, it just makes your mind a bit more
clear,
organized and clear in the morning. Because I don't like when I come to my room, if I've not made my bed and it's all messy, I'm like, okay, I'm a disorganized person, this is disgusting,
Yeah.
I'm a slob, I'm a pig. So at least if I made my bed, my room is clean and smelling nice, I'm like, okay, you know what, I've got my shit together, at least.
Mm-hmm. I get it. Yeah, even like when everything is falling apart, you come home, you see the bed, this has been done.
It's done. My life is good.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's more, I think, it's coherent with like, people are saying like, take one small action in the morning, like accomplish one small thing in the morning.
Yeah.
And so after you're like in good mood to continue doing things right.
Yeah.
Now we are coming towards the end.
Yeah, so the question, I guess, was, I'm not sure if it's related to this one, but it's more of, like we talked about ourselves, right?
Yes.
But this is more in a relationship context, because like only we know what we want, only we know what we think. We can only say and mislead people sometimes. So like, in a relationship or friendship context, like, do you, question was, do you ever think you'll ever truly know what the other person thinks?
That's really nice. Okay.
Because you never know.
Yeah, sure.
And that's one of my fears, actually.
Not knowing.
Not
ever knowing.
Because you can say, oh man, I love you so much, like, but in your head, like, fuck, I'm going to break up with this guy next month, man. You never know.
Yeah, okay. So this is your question for the next guest?
Yeah.
Sure, I'll write it. So this was this week's episode of the Sculptor's Chair. Thank you very much, Adam.
You're welcome. Thank you for inviting me.
And
my dirty socks.
I'll see you next week. Thank you.